Hi, my name is Noah Gotzi. This mini lecture is on perception, culture, and some of the things that connect to that. Perception is one's ability to perceive through senses in their environment. As Dr. Ramos suggests, each individual creates a filter based on their psyche that helps them perceive or to not perceive their surroundings. I suggest that this is the creation of culture, as culture is what's accepted and considered normal. Perception itself is what dictates how the culture will become. We sometimes tend to lean towards our elders to guide us in our pursuits of life, and in that pursuit, those filters can become more closed-minded to other interpretations or other cultures. The ideal perception would be one that allowed all to pass through the filter, creating some kind of concoction at the other end of the tea that would allow one to critically analyze and understand other cultures as well as they do their own. Some cultures stick to that closed-minded nature and refuse to let other what would be seen as different or more unique understandings of life in. One's ability to perceive correlates with their understanding of what they've been taught. Personally, I've never shunned anyone else's beliefs, and I feel like finding some kind of connectedness with someone is an ability that I hold very strongly. If you're able to listen thoroughly to someone's interpretation and ask questions to how they came up to that conclusion, then you're able to truly see from their perspective. You'll never be able to walk in anyone else's shoes. That's impossible. But you can empathize with an individual's life and their circumstances. Just as the rich person might have a more catered view of life, and one who was born into wealth might find things a hassle when it comes to the life of someone who's always worked hard to achieve what they have. But the one who has a strong perception and literally is just that, they can perceive things fully and not just see them based on their own partitions in their mind. Being open to other individuals' experiences and everything that's led them to the point that they are today truly gives someone a feeling of awareness. And I feel like when someone is able to truly perceive and not just see their surroundings, use all of their senses, then they become very open-minded, very critical thinker. They can critically analyze and find pitfalls. They're able to problem solve, and they become great at creating solutions. Whereas one who is very closed-minded, on the opposite of the spectrum, becomes very prejudiced and almost hateful and unempathetic to other individual circumstances. I feel like the self-concept and the self-esteem and self-image that Dr. Ramos expressed is very accurate. When one holds their self-esteem very low, it's because they're perceiving other people's perceptions of their self to be negative. I feel like as you grow older in life, self-esteem will grow with you, and the lack of judgment you feel from other people's perception will allow you to have a higher self-esteem. Your self-image that changes throughout the day is very perfect and precise. In the business world, someone develops a strong sense of self-image when they step into their job, because they have to. That's their role, and other people perceive them in that role. They see them as a place of higher power and as guidance or mentors, to allow them to follow that person in power and take the direction to heart. Now, the self-concept of the individual, who they think they are, might not be who they are at work. And that's why the two should be clearly defined as separate. How I am with my kids hanging out by the pool versus who I am inside of a hospital is two totally different things. But it goes back to the perception of others and why they lean on us in those times of business or work, versus our leisure time, when that strong need to have someone to follow and to guide isn't necessarily there. You can talk on a different level, which then changes your self-image in that moment. But perception overall is vital. If we were to truly open those filters to one another, we could change the essence on a global level. Culture itself would be allowed to intermingle and be understood, and we could empathize with one another. Unfortunately, we're not there yet, but I think with the use of technology, perception is growing, and we're able to get more understanding across to each other on a level field. Thank you.